Hi there. My name's Matthew Corbett, and I've just finished making 4 brand new educational videos, and they star me.
Matthew?
What, Sue? What is it?
They
Quickly.
don't exactly star you, do they?
What do you mean they don't star me? How do you mean?
Well, I'm in them.
Yeah, all right. Yes, Sue's in them. They star myself and Sue, the two of us. What, Sweet? What? You're the star? Well, yes, you're in them, I agree. Yeah, all right. They star myself and Sue and Sweep. The really good... Oh, there you are, Sooty. What do you want? You're the #1 star? You can't be the #1 star. I mean, you don't even speak, do you? How can you be the #1 star? What's the water? Don't! All right, you're the #1 star, all right? OK, he's the #1 star. Sue, which video do you like best out of the 4? Which one?
I like the one about safety. I learnt so much from that one.
Yeah, well, it is a very nice one. The safety one's extremely good. Which video do you like best out of the 4, Sweet? You like the one about simple counting, the numbers one. Why do you like that one, Sweet? Because now you can count your bones. Very good. Which is your favourite video out of the 4, Sooty? Which one do you like best? You like the one about reading? Why is that? The simple reading, why? Oh, because that's the one where I read a story to you all. It's true, actually. I do read a story in that one. My favourite one, actually, is the one about simple science, because that's why I get to slide down a slide in the playground.
Actually, Matthew...
Yes, Sue?
I think they're all good.
So do you? And so do you? Well, actually, so do I. We all like them. We hope that you do too. Hello there. My name is Matthew Corbett, and this is a video all about science. But don't worry, because it's very, very, very simple science. We're going to be covering several scientific subjects, including balancing, bouncing, floating, falling, hot and cold, and one more subject. Hang on. Whee! You guessed it, sliding. But don't worry, because it won't just be you involved in the very, very simple experiments, because those 3 rascals, Sooty and Sweep and Sue, have also been set a task already. The task is to see how many things in their bedroom bounce. Let's see how they're getting on, shall we?
Aha! I found something, boys, that'll bounce. What is it? It's a rubber ball. I found it in my drawer. Isn't it pretty? All sparkly. What, Sweep? Am I sure it'll bounce? Well, I think so. It's a rubber ball, and they do usually bounce, don't they, Sooty? Shall I try it? All right, then. Here goes. 1, 2, 3. There we are. What, Sweep? Can I bounce it over here? Over there. Right, all right. I'll try it just here. Here goes. 1, 2, 3. What, Sweep? Can I bounce it over the other side? All right, then. We're here. Further. Here? Oh, further. Right here. All right, I'll bounce it right here. Here goes. Oh. Dear. No, it isn't bouncing at all. No. I'll just go and check it over here again. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it definitely bounces here. But over here, it doesn't bounce at all. Look at that, Sweet. That's very strange, isn't it? Sooty, have you found anything that bounces? Well, let's have a look then. Oh, yes. That's That's a ping-pong ball, isn't it? Let's see if that bounces. 1. 2. 3. Well, yes, that's definitely bouncing. Have you got anything else? You have. That's another ping-pong ball, Sooty. Try that. Ah, that seems to be a broken ping-pong ball, and it doesn't seem to be bouncing. Give it another go, Sooty. There. Not bouncing at all, just rolling. Try it again. Definitely not bouncing. What, Sweep? You've got something that'll bounce. Well, what is it? Another ping-pong ball. Well, try it out then, Sweep. Let's see. Ooh. What, Sweep? It didn't bounce. No, it didn't bounce. And what's more, Sweep, I don't think it is a ping-pong ball. Listen to it. It's a solid wooden ball. What, Sweep? You can get a ball that will bounce? Go on, then. Oh, Sweep! That's one of those really bouncy balls. Don't let go of it or it'll bounce away. It will? It will! It will, Sweep. Don't say I didn't warn you. Oh, Sweep, you are a rascal. You've tied that ball to a stick using nylon. Look at that. Sooty, can you think of anything else in the bedroom that'll bounce? It's you. Oh, look at Sooty and Sweep. They're bouncing up like 2 kangaroos. I think I'll join them. Boing, 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 boing.
Right. So far, you have seen that one of those small rubber balls bounces very well on a hard surface, you know, like a tabletop, but it hardly bounces at all on a soft surface, rather like Sue's beanbag. You've also seen that table tennis balls bounce very, very well, unless they happen to be broken, and then they hardly bounce at all. We've also seen that a solid wooden ball hardly bounces at all. On the other hand, a rubber ball on the end of a piece of stick and a piece of nylon bounces forever and forever. Oh, and Sooty, Sweep and Sue all bounce like kangaroos. I hope they stop bouncing soon because they should be using the bathroom. Oh, just before you go, here's something else that bounces.
Right, boys, now we're in the bathroom. Let's find out what bounces in here, shall we? What shall we experiment with first? A towel? OK, let's see whether a towel bounces, Sweep. 1, 2, 3, and... Nope, that didn't bounce, did it, Sweep? Let's try again, then. 1, 2, 3... No, towels definitely don't bounce, do they? Sooty, I'll tell you what, go and get that soap from over on the shelf and let's see whether that bounces. One, 2, 3, and... No. Try it again, Sooty. I don't think that's going to bounce, but we can always try again. 1, 2, 3, and... No. Drop like a stone. What, Sweep? What about a plastic duck? Oh, no, that didn't bounce at all. Try it again, Sweep. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that bounced all the way onto the floor. Pick it up. Yes, I think they're definitely bouncing, Sweep. Yes, I think we've discovered that most of your plastic ducks do bounce. Hey, I know something that might bounce. There's a sponge on that shelf, Sooty. Go and get it. Sponges are bouncy sort of things, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, and... Oh, dear. Let's try that again. You have a go, Sweep. 1, 2, 3, and... No, didn't bounce at all. That's very surprising, isn't it? What, Sweep? Do linen baskets bounce? I don't know, Sweep. It's not a thing I've thought about very often, but let's try it. Come on. No, didn't bounce at all, Sweep, did it? Come on, we'll try again. 1, 2, 3, and... Nope, linen baskets definitely don't bounce. We're making some really important scientific discoveries, aren't we? Are we? Of course we are, Sweep. Let's go and tell Matthew about them. Come on. Matthew, hello.
Oh, hi, Sue. Oh, hi, Sweep. Hello, Sooty. What have you been up to?
We've just been in the bathroom and learned some really interesting things about bouncing.
Have you really? Well, what did you see up there?
Well, we learned that towels definitely don't bounce.
Towels don't bounce?
No.
Really? Well, that's interesting, isn't it? What else have you learnt, Sue?
We learned that soap doesn't bounce.
Soap doesn't bounce?
No.
I'm not really surprised about that. What else have you learnt?
Well, sponges don't bounce either.
Sponges?
No.
What, you mean those things that you wash your face with, the little
That's
soft
right.
spongy things? I'm quite surprised about that. I would have thought that sponges would have bounced.
Yes, I thought that, but they didn't.
So what else have you learnt?
Well, linen baskets don't bounce.
I see. Linen baskets? Have you been bouncing linen baskets? And apparently they don't bounce, is that right? All right. So what else have you been learning about up there?
Well, some plastic ducks do bounce if you throw them high enough.
Just some?
Yes.
Not all?
No, not all of them.
I see. So some do bounce and some don't bounce, depending on how high you throw them. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, this is all very interesting stuff. You've learned quite a lot up there. I was going to show you something else, and this is to do with science as well. This is with the ball that you were playing with earlier in the bedroom, Sue. Recognise it? Little sparkly ball. Watch this. If I hold this ball about here, not too high, watch how high it bounces. Not very big bounces, are they? But on the other hand, there's little bounces. If I hold the ball high up here, watch the bounces.
Much higher, yes.
Yes, they are much bigger bounces, aren't they? Grab it, Sooty. You can have it, mate. Watch again. Hold the ball high up. And... much bigger bounces, they are. What about your ball? Well, that was the table tennis ball, wasn't it? Let's try the table tennis ball. We'll hold it about here, not too high, and watch the bounces. Watch. Little bounces as well. Yes, OK, let's do it again. Very small, aren't they? Small bounces. Let's hold the ball much higher, shall we? What do you think's going to happen to the bounces? Much bigger bounces!
Like the rubber ball.
Yes, it lasts a long time as well. Let's do it again. Hold the ball high up and watch the bounces. Whoa! They were much bigger bounces. What about the ball with the crack in it? The broken table tennis ball. Let's see how that bounces. Hold it low down, not very high, and we go... Hardly bounces at all. It did a little bit. Well, only a teeny-weeny little bit. Let's try it again. Here we go. Hardly at all. That's because it's got a crack in it. Let's try holding it higher up here and see whether it bounces high. No!
No.
It didn't, did it?
One
only
bounce.
a little bounce and only one of them. Let's try it again. Hold it high up. Hardly anything at all. The other balls bounce, but this one doesn't. What, Sweet? Try your ball. That's this one, isn't it? This is a solid wooden ball. you think this will bounce or not? It didn't upstairs. Well, let's try. I might surprise you here. I'm going to hold this one high up. Watch, watch, watch. High up. It didn't bounce earlier, but...
Oh, yes, it does.
It did bounce, didn't it?
Yes.
Just a little bit. Let's try it again. Up high. There we are. Depends where it's landing, of course. Now, you have made a scientific discovery by watching this. That's what you've done. What, sweet? Can you learn more about science? Well, yes, you can, actually. Grab hold of this ball. Sue, you grab hold of your ball.
Thank you.
I want you all to go to the bathroom and discover what you can about floating.
Floating.
Okay, off you go. Discover what you can on your own. Go on. Hey, I wonder if biscuits bounce. Let's try, shall we? Hold it high up here, and crumbs.
I'm enjoying this. Come on, boys. Let's discover all about floating. Watch me. I'm going to throw my ball into the bath. Now, do you think it'll sink or float, Sweep? Sink? OK, what about you, Sooty? Do you think it'll sink? You think it'll sink? Right, let's see. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, look! You were wrong. It's floating. Look at that. Sweep, throw your wooden ball in and see if that floats. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Yes, that floats as well. Yes. I wonder about Sooty's ping pong ball. Let's try that one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes, that floats. That floats best of all, really. Look at that. What about the broken ping pong ball, Sooty? 1, 2, 3. Look at that. It's not floating very well, is it? Sweep, it's sunk. No, you... It has sunk. Look at that. So the ping pong ball which was broken is now sunk, but the one that's all right is floating on the top. What, Sweep? Oh, you've got a ball with holes in it. Let's try that then. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's not sinking or floating, is it? It's just floating under the surface, isn't it? So it's a sort of float, isn't it? Sooty, can you think of anything else here in the bathroom which will float? Oh, yes, a boat. Very handsome boat it is too, isn't it? Put it on the water. Ah, yes, that's floating nicely, isn't it? What, Sweep? You can think of something that floats, can you? What's that, Sweep? Oh, yes, a plastic duck. Your favourite. Yes, that's floating nicely, isn't it? Lovely. 3 plastic ducks. Hey, boys, listen. I know something else that'll float. Watch this. Watch. Look at that, boys. Look. Bubbles floating on the water. Sissy, why don't you get your cardboard model boat from the shelf back there and let's see whether that floats or not. Do you think it'll sink or float, Sweep? You think it'll sink? Well, I think it'll float. Oh! It's sunk right to the bottom. Oh, dear. First it floated and then it sunk. That's interesting, isn't it? Come on, let's go and tell Matthew what we've discovered. You're going to stay there, Sweep? All right, then. Bye-bye. Matthew, hello.
Oh, hi, Sue. Hi, Sooty. Where's Sweep?
Oh, he's playing with his friends, the plastic ducks in the bathroom, Matthew.
Really? Hey, have you had an interesting time up there in the bathroom?
Oh, yes, we've learnt loads of things about floating.
You've learned lots of things, have you?
Mm-hmm.
What exactly have you learned, Sue?
Well, my rubber ball, that
Yes.
floated, Matthew.
That floated, did it? You mean the little green one that
That's
bounced
right.
very high?
Yeah.
Yes. What else did you learn?
Sweep's wooden ball floated.
the wooden ball floated. Well,
Yeah.
wooden things usually do float, although not all the time, of course. Go on, Sue, what else have you learned?
Well, Sooty's ping-pong ball floated, probably the best of all, actually.
Really? You knew it would be best. Don't be big-headed, Sooty. What else have you learnt, Sue?
Well, Sooty's other ping-pong ball, the broken one, you know, the one that had a hole in it.
Yes?
Well, that floated at first, but then it sank.
Right to the very bottom of the bath?
Yes.
Go on, what else did you see up there?
Well, Sweep also had another ball with holes in it, which
Yes.
didn't actually sink, but it floated just beneath the surface of the water.
I see. What, Sooty? So, you're quite right. So that was neither on the top of the water nor down underneath the water.
That's right.
It was just underneath the surface.
That's right.
All right. What else have you learnt then, Sue?
Well, we found out that Sooty's toy boat, the plastic one, that
Yes.
floated, but that's what it's for, really, isn't it?
Well, of course. It looked very good as well. Yes, I'm sure it looked lovely, Sooty. What else did you learn up there?
Well, Sweep's plastic ducks all floated.
Yes, I would expect them to float. What, Sooty? Oh, dear. Is that right, Sue? He says that his cardboard boat floated at first, then sank to the bottom.
That's right, it sunk right away to the bottom.
Don't cry, Sooty. It's not that serious. I'm sure it will dry out. Well, did you learn anything else, Sue?
Just that bubbles float on top of the water, but other than that, that's it, Matthew.
Well, you've learnt a lot of very interesting things, and that's all about simple science, you see. Can you learn anything down here?
Oh, yes, please.
What about floating? Well, actually, you can learn about floating down here because I've got a glass of water and I've got some sugar lumps. And this is the sort of thing that you see every day, isn't it? Now, I was wondering whether you'd be able to guess whether a sugar lump either floated or sank. What do you think it's going to do, Sue? Float or sink?
It'll sink, I think, Matthew.
You think it will sink? What do you think, Sooty? You think it's going to float? What do you think at home? Do you think a sugar lump will float or sink in a glass of water? What do you think? Some say it will float, some say it will sink. Let's try. You want to put it in? All right, you can put it in then, Sooty. Pop it in the glass of water. Watch.
It sank, there you are.
It sank. So I'm afraid that you were wrong, Sooty. You sure it will float? Well, it hasn't. Look, it's down the bottom there. You certainly will. It won't. Look, Sue, show him. You pop one in. There you are. There's another sugar lump.
All right,
put it
here
in there.
goes.
Watch this one.
There you are, Sooty.
You see?
Sank.
It's sunk again. You sure that they do float? Sooty, they do not float. Where's he gone? He thinks that he's sure that... Oh, you've got another sugar lump. Well, put that one in and I'll just prove to...
Oh, dear.
Look at that! Sooty, I can't believe my eyes. That's incredible. A sugar lump floating on the top of... Just a minute. You little rascal. That's not a sugar lump at all. That's a joke sugar lump
Oh,
made
Sooty.
out of foam. That's why it's floating. You are a naughty boy, aren't you? Hey, listen. I can show you some floating which has got nothing to do with water. What sort of floating do you think that's going to be, Sue?
I don't know, Matthew.
Can you guess? What can float without water? What, Sooty? Yes, you've guessed it. Go and get it. It's down there. Go on. Little plastic bottle. Let me give you a hand. Look there. That's it. I think that gave the game away, didn't it? This is floating without any water at all. At least it's not floating in the water. These are going to float in the air. Watch.
Bubbles.
You're right. Bubbles.
So bubbles can float in the air and
Yes.
on the water.
You're quite right. I love doing this. Takes me back a few years. Would you like to have a go at blowing bubbles, Sooty? And that could be a turn up for the books, couldn't it? All right, go on, have a go at blowing bubbles. Never mind what people say. Have a go. Go on. One little bubble.
Sooty.
Have another go. Oh, well done. Quite a few. Just one more go. One more go. Well done, Sooty. You know something? I think we've learnt quite enough about floating for the time being. But we still want to learn about simple science, so why don't we learn now about balancing?
Balancing.
Yep. Go on upstairs and learn what you can about balancing.
Righto.
Okay? I'll join you in a few minutes. Off you go.
Bye-bye.
Go on. In the meantime, I'm going to blow some more bubbles. Floating. Sooty? Sweet? Sue? Hello? That's strange. They came upstairs to find out what they could about balancing, didn't they? But there's nobody in Sooty's bedroom, and there's nobody in the bathroom. I wonder where they can be. Sooty? Sooty, where are you? Hello, Sooty? This is... Pardon? What, you saw him? Behind... Hello, Sooty? You're having me on, aren't you? You are? I know you are. What? You seen him again? Behind... What, up here? I don't think so. Hello? No, you see, what you've probably done is you've probably seen something landing on the windowsill, probably a little bird. You've mistaken the little... You saw him again? What, over... Excuse me. I've got to sneeze. Oh, there you are. You were right all the time. He was here. Oh, and Sooty, you have been learning about balancing. You've been balancing these bricks, haven't you? I'm sorry I knocked them all over. Sorry about that, but... Hey, look at that. There's some more balancing been going on over here. Look at all these. Look, lots and lots of dominoes. All standing on their end like soldiers. Sooty, come over here and join me over here. Look at all these. Tell you what, I'll knock this end one and then all the dominoes...
No, don't touch that,
Sue,
Matthew.
why?
I have spent hours balancing all these dominoes.
Well, you must have done it. I didn't realise it was you that had done this, Sue.
So don't knock them over. Well, not yet, anyway. Wait until Sooty and Sweep arrive.
Hey, that's a great idea. It's very exciting watching all these fall over.
Yes, but before we knock them over,
Yes?
can I just check with you that this is actually balancing, Matthew?
Oh, yes, it's certainly balancing, Sue, because these dominoes are standing on their ends. Look, balancing. See?
Oh, yes. And when we knock them over,
Yes.
the dominoes will fall because they've lost their balance. Is that right?
That's absolutely right. And, Sue, that is another scientific fact.
Good.
It is... Oh, hi, Sooty. Hi. Oh, hi, Sweep. Have you finished playing with the ducks in the bathroom now, then, have you? OK. Well, what about knocking over these dominoes? Sue, go on. Knock them over now. Go
No,
on.
I think Sweep should do it, Matthew.
Well, that's very kind of you. Do you want to knock them over, Sweep? It's very exciting. OK, move to the end. Careful, don't knock them over before we're ready. All right? After 3, you can count with us. Ready? 1, 2, 3... Right, Sweep. What? Hey, look at that! That was... Yeah, it was great, wasn't it? Did you see them all falling over? Well done, Sweet, and well done, Sue, for balancing them. Do we want to see your balancing routine? Have you got a balancing routine? Do you want to see Sooty's balancing routine?
Yes.
I don't know what it is. It's probably not... What is that thing? No, don't do that. Don't do that. What on earth is this thing that you brought up, Sooty? What is it? It's a balancing stick. Balancing stick? Never heard of one of those, but what do you do with the balancing stick? You're going to balance a plate on top of it. So he's going to balance a plate on top of the stick. Is that the plate? No, I'm sorry, Sooty, but this plate is, it's far too hard. It's far too dangerous. We can't let you do that. We can't let him do that, can we?
Of course we can, Matthew.
No, I don't think you heard me correctly. I'll do it again. This plate is far too hard, and it's far too dangerous. We can't let him do that, can we?
Yes! Go on, Matthew.
Oh, all right. But on your own head be it. At least I hope it will. Go on, grab hold of the stick, and I'll put the plate on the top. I very much doubt whether it can do this, because it's only a small... Oh, he's done it! Look at that! Wow, that is tremendous. Now, that really is balancing, Sue. Give me something, Sue. That reminds me of something from outer space. It's rather like a flying... It's like a flying... What? Why? Oh, don't do that! Goodness me, nearly fell on my head. Well, actually, it was good balancing there, wasn't it? Sweep, you're the only one who hasn't done any balancing. I bet you can't balance anything at all. You can? He says he's going to do some balancing. What are you going to balance, Sweep? What are you going to balance? A bone. Oh, there's a bone. It's balancing. Look at that. On top of a tray. That's very good, Sweep. On top of a cup. Yes, yes. On top of a saucer. Yes. On top of a teapot. Yes. On top of a dish. This is brilliant. On top of a beaker. Yes. On top of a plate. Fantastic. On top of a saucepan. On top of a television. You've got everything there, Sweep, except the kitchen cooker. It's brilliant. On top of the kitchen cooker. He's got everything. Well done. Steady, Sweep. What's the matter? It's falling. Steady, Sweep. Don't fall. Sweep. You've been cheating, haven't you? Because these things weren't balancing. They're all stuck together on a pole. That's not fair. Actually, I think this balancing game is a little bit too rough for me. I'm going to go and have a look for some balancing outdoors. Are you going to come with me, Sooty? Sweep, do you want to see some balancing outside? Yes? Sue, are you going to join us?
No, I think I'd better stay here and do some balancing, Matthew.
What sort of balancing are you going to do back here then, Sue?
Well, I've got to balance the household books today.
Are you going to come and join us? I would, with jokes like that around. Come on, Sooty. Come on, Sweep. Come and see some balancing outside. Come on.
Ah, there you are. You got here quickly, didn't you? I wonder where Sooty and Sweep are. Oh, here you are. Look, we're outside now, so can either of you see any balancing going on anywhere? Can you see any balancing, Sweep? You can't? You can't, Sooty? Well, I can. Look over there. Look at that. Those people on bicycles. Can you see them? There they go. Look, that man's nearly fallen off. Oh, no, he's all right, he's all right. The ladies caught him up, and off they go. You see, being on a bicycle, that's balancing. Sooty, look at that, up there, see? On that ledge up there, there's a bird balancing. Can you see it? It's a pigeon, I think, balancing on the shelf. Oh, yeah, over there. That lady's doing some balancing. You're right. Well, everybody that stands up on two legs, they're actually balancing. She's standing on one leg now. You're right, she is. Oh, it's a strange little dance she's doing, isn't it? Hey, let's go into the supermarket and perhaps we'll be able to see some balancing going on there. Come on. Are you going to join us? Come and join us. Come on. Thought I'd do a bit of shopping whilst we're here in the supermarket. I wonder where Sooty and Sweep are. Sooty? Sweep? Oh, there's Sweep over there. Oh, here's Sooty as well. Sooty, now that we are here in the supermarket, can you see any balancing going on anywhere? You can't? Well, you're not looking in front of your nose, are you? Look at this. These cream crackers are balancing on top of the crisps. These French loaves are balancing as well. They're going to overbalance and fall on the floor. Let's put them inside the trolley. That's it. Like that. Ah, here's something else that's balancing behind you. Look at these bananas. They're balancing. I can prove it. Look. They've overbalanced. Here, well, we better buy these. I want some bananas anyway. And these boxes, Sooty, they're balancing as well, on top of each other. Look at that. Boxes. What, Sweep? Yes, they are balancing, Sweep. Don't touch them, OK? I said leave them alone. Don't touch them. Buzz off. Go on. Come on, Sooty. Let's go and find something else that's balancing, shall we? Sooty, hang on. Whoa. Look, more balancing in the supermarket. Look at this. Grapefruits balancing on top of each other. They look nice, don't they? I want a grapefruit, actually. What, Sweep? Hang on a minute. No, you're not supposed to be balancing on top of the beans. Would you get down, please? You knock them over. You've knocked one over already. Just get down. Sorry. Let's go and get some apples, shall we? That dog, really. Ah, look at this. Stop. Whoa. Nice rosy red apples balancing on top of each other. They look nice, don't they? Come on, let's go do some more shopping. Sooty, what are you looking at? Is the butter balancing? Well, yes, it is, actually. You're quite right. It is balancing. Balancing butter. Look at that. Balancing one on top of the other, on top of the other, and so on, right down to the bottom. What, Sweep? What would happen if you took the bottom tin away? Look, don't take the bottom tin away, otherwise they'll all fall down. Yes, all right, we can have some beans for tea. Just bring a can over here, put it in the trolley. He wants to... Don't take that can. Don't, Sweep, not the bottom one. Sweep, don't. Sweep, just say sorry.
So, think about the things we've just seen balancing. First of all, we saw people on bicycles, that's balancing. Then we saw the bird standing on the ledge. And then we saw a lady, didn't we, standing, and then she stood on one foot. Now, that's definitely balancing. And then we all went to the supermarket where we saw the fruit balancing. Remember that? Bananas, apples, things like that. And the boxes were balancing. And then we saw the baked bean cans balancing. We also saw them falling over when Sweep removed one. Incidentally, please be careful because baked bean cans can be very hard. Oh, and then Sooty and Sweep desperately wanted to learn more about simple science. So I said, well, Why don't we go to the playground? We can learn more there. Which is exactly what we did.
Very good. Come on, Sooty, come on, Sweep, up you come. That's it. Well, here we are in this lovely park. Now, can you see anything scientific happening here? You can just see some bouncing. Where, Sweep? With the ball? Oh, there's some boys playing football over there. They're doing it very well as well, aren't they? Very good. Come on, lads, on the head, on the head. Yeah, yeah. Yes. Anything else scientific happening? You can see some bouncing. Well, we've seen the bouncing. Oh, you can see some balancing. Oh, yes, there they are. Look, on the climbing frame. Hi, kids. Hi. Don't let go. Don't let go. Otherwise, we might see some falling as well as balancing. What am I... What? You can see some floating on the pond. Where's the pond? Oh, it's there. You're absolutely right, Sweep. Can you see that, Sooty? There's some leaves floating on top of the water. Well done. And some have sunk to the bottom. You're right, some have sunk to the bottom as well. They've sunk. Oh, well, we've seen lots of scientific things. Do you want to go and have a little play now? Yes? But try and make it scientific. Sweep, come back here. Come back here. Why don't you go and climb up a pole and then balance on the top? And Sooty, you can use the slide, OK? Off you go. Go on. I'll sit here and have a quiet moment on my own.
Sweep's a very good climber, isn't he? Here comes Sooty. Up goes Sweep. Nearly at the top now, Sooty. Sweep's getting higher and higher. Hello, Sweep. Whoop, steady, steady. Steady, steady, Sooty. Look at that dog. It's a very long slide, Sooty. Are you sure you're brave enough? Off you go! Whee! Up he goes. Look! Sweep's balancing. Yippee! Says Sweep. Come on down now, Sweep. There's a good boy. Come on down, Sweep. Look at that. He's sliding, isn't he? Bye-bye, Sweep.
Ah, here they are now. Hello, you two. Sooty, I've been very impressed watching you two. I mean, that slide that you did, brilliant. That's all I can say. Sweep, that balancing on top of that pole, fantastic. But now it's my turn because I've had my eye on a piece of apparatus in this playground for some time. Excuse me, I'm going to go and try it out. It's the children's roundabout. Lovely. Terrific. Hey, they're good, these things, aren't they? I remember these from when I was a little boy. It's probably not this one. The one I actually remember is probably in a museum now. But I remember it was similar, very similar. Nice, aren't they? So gentle. What's the magic wand? What are you doing with the magic? No, don't wave that. Goodness sake. Sooty, please. Don't. No, please. Whoa. Yes, you made a scientific discovery about balance. If you go round and round and round, you lose your balance. I've lost it. It's gone. I've lost the balance. I've just made another scientific discovery. Never worked with children, animals, or banana skins. I'm going home.
Right, let's just think about what we've looked at today, shall we? Sue?
Bouncing?
That's right. We've looked at bouncing, haven't we? What? We've looked at floating as well. That's true. We've looked at floating. Remember the bubbles? Yes. And we've looked at balancing.
Yes.
Quite
and
right.
Sliding. Remember, Matthew?
Yeah, sliding. I can't forget sliding. I slid on the banana skin in the park, didn't I? Yes. And that's why I lost my balance. Yes, which is why I fell onto my bottom. What, Sooty? You didn't notice me bouncing? No, I didn't bounce. No, I didn't.
It's a shame you didn't fall into the paddling pool, Matthew. Otherwise, the boys could have found out whether you floated or not.
Oh, very funny. Ha, ha, ha. All right, look, enough about simple science for the time being. Can you just pass me the sugar and the milk for my coffee? Can you slide it down here, please, Sue?
All right,
the sugar
coming
milk.
up.
Slide it to Sweep.
Here it is.
Sweep, slide it to me. Sooty, can you slide it to me? Thanks very much. 2 sugars. You know, simple science is all around us. Slide that back to Sweep. That's a good boy. Slide it back to Sue.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Sue, could you slide down the milk jug, please? Thanks very much. Slide it down here to Sweep. Sweep, slide it down here to Sooty. Thanks very much. Sooty, can you just slide it here? Thanks very much. There we are. Milk in the coffee. Slide that back up to Sweep. Thanks very much.
Matthew?
What, Sue?
We've just seen some more simple science, haven't we?
What, you mean me drinking my coffee, Sue? Is that what you mean?
No. Sliding the sugar and milk to you. That's sliding, isn't it?
Well, yes, it is, actually. Sliding. That is simple science. Actually, I can show you a very interesting little experiment. Slide the milk jug back to me, can you, Sue? Slide it back.
Right.
That's it. Slide it to Sweep, first of all.
Here it comes.
Thanks very much. Slide it over here. Thank you. Slide it to me, Sooty. Thanks very much. Now, watch this. Here's the milk jug, and it slides very easily on this surface. Watch. Watch it, Sooty. There we are, look. There we go. Yeah, it's very easy, isn't it? But now watch this. If we put the same jug onto a mat, watch this. You can't slide it now. That's because it's on a different surface. You can't slide it at all. You bet you could slide it. No, you can't slide it. Well, all right, I'll tell you what. You have a try.
Matthew, I wouldn't let him
It's all right,
do
Sue.
that
It's
if I
all
were
right,
you.
Sue. I know what I'm doing. Go on, Sooty. See if you can slide the jug. Off you
Matthew,
go.
I
It's all right,
must
Sue,
warn you
please,
that
please. I know what I'm doing. Slide the jug, Sooty. Go on, have a go.
But Matt, if
Sue,
you slide
please. This is simple science. We're doing an experiment.
Oh.
See if you can slide the jug. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Well, go on, do it. We get... Oh, no, Sooty! You slid it right off the edge.
I think it's time we left, boys, actually. Don't be upset, Matthew. It's no use crying over spilt milk.
Spilt it? Well, the milk is spilt. It's all over the floor.
Yes, Sweep? Is falling simple science? Well, yes, I think so. Falling is a bit like balancing, floating and sliding, isn't it? Yes, falling is definitely simple science, Sweep. Now, why do you ask? Because Bruno's fallen over. Oh, you're right, Sweep. Poor old Bruno. Stand up. There we are. That's better, isn't it? What, Sweep? He's fallen over again. What? Oh, dear, you're right. He has fallen over again. There we are. Now, don't do that again, Bruno, please. Oh, what, Sweep? He's fallen over again? Oh, yes, he has, really. Now, listen to me, Bruno. If you fall over again, I might have to get cross with you. Now, stay there. What? Oh, ha-ha! It was you, Sooty, all the time making Bruno fall over. And you were in on the secret, Sweep. Well, really. Oh, dear. Sweep's laughed so much he's fallen over now. Just that. Actually, falling seems to be quite a hard thing to learn about. It isn't, Sweep. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Well, what do you know about falling, Sweep? Plenty? Well, show us then. You will? This beanbag is going to fall from the shelf down to the table. Right. You're right, Sweep. It did fall. now, Sooty. Hello, little mouse. A squeaking mouse. That's not falling, Sweep, that's squeaking. Ready? Bye-bye, little mouse. Oh, dear. He's fallen onto the floor, Sweep. But he definitely fell. That was a very good example of falling, Sweep. What, Sweep? Is this simple science? Well, yes, Sweep, it is. You think you'll be a simple scientist? That's the best idea you've had all day, Sweep.
Just packed all the dominoes away. Look at that. They've all fallen over. Talking of falling, that's another simple science subject, isn't it? Falling. That's extraordinary. Look at that. This photograph just fell over. And the strange thing is, it fell over as I said the word falling. That must be... It's done it again. There must be a draft in this room. I'll check the windows later. No, that is really quite a coincidence because I just said the word falling and twice. It was you, wasn't it, Sue?
Oh, dear.
You were playing a trick on me. Actually, stay around because I was just talking to the boys and girls about falling and you could stay and learn about falling with me.
Well,
okay?
actually, we've already looked at falling, Matthew.
Have you?
Yes. Oh. And now I'm going to have a bath.
All right then, Sue. Oh, by the way, before you get into the bath, remember, always check the temperature of the water.
Oh, yes, all right, Matthew.
All right. Have a nice bath.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. By check the temperature of the water, I mean that Sue must check whether the water is too hot or too cold. And that, too, is simple science.
There. There's nothing quite like a nice bath. Oh, hello, Sooty. I was just going to have a bath, but I can't get in without checking the temperature first. Will you help me, please? Jolly good. OK, let me try first. 1, 2, 3, and... Oh, yuck! This water's very cold. You check it, Sooty. 1, 2, 3... It is cold, isn't it? What shall I do? We'd better add some hot water. Good idea. Turn the tap on, Sooty, but be careful of the hot water so that you don't burn yourself. There we are. Lots of lovely hot water running into the cold bath. Turn the tap off, Sooty. And I'll just check it again. 1, 2, 3, and... Well, it's a little bit warmer, but not much. You have a go, Sooty. 1, 2, 3... It isn't much warmer, is it? Shall we run some more hot water into it? All right then, but be careful. There we are. That's enough, Sooty. Turn it off. OK, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, and... that's much better. Now you try that, Sooty. 1, 2, 3... There we are. Definitely warmer. That will do fine for my bath, won't it, Sooty? It's just the way I like it. What? What would happen if we added more hot water? I'm not sure. Let's try it and see, shall we? But be careful. Turn the tap on, Sooty. All right, I think that's enough. I'll try it again now. 1, 2, 3, and... Ouch! Ouch! That's much too hot to get into, Sooty. Don't you try that. Oh, dear. What am I going to do now? You've got an idea, Sooty? Of course! We'll run some more cold water into the bath. Oh, I do admire you, Sooty. You're such a clever little bear. Take a bow.
So, simple science. You see, you carry on learning things. There's so much to learn. You've now learnt about hot and cold, haven't you? Hot and cold. Simple science? It's a fascinating subject. Actually, hot and cold is one of the most important aspects of science. Talking of cold, it's actually freezing in here with that window open, isn't it? Mind you, I need the fresh air, so I'll just better get warmer by... I could put a jumper on. I've got a jumper down here. It's quite a thin jumper. I don't like to pay a lot of money for clothes, so I'll put this one on. There we are. Right. I feel a little bit warmer now. Where was I? Yes. Hot and cold. It's still freezing. I can hardly feel my fingers. I'm sure they're mine. I've got a jacket down here. I'll put this on. It's not actually my jacket. I borrowed this off somebody a couple of months ago. Sanford the Destroyer. I don't know who he is. I'll put this on. Put this... These strange things in the pocket. I don't know how they got there. Anyway, I shall just... It's so fresh. It's so fresh, the wind coming in. It's perishing. The fan heater, I'll put the heater on. That'll warm the whole room up. Not only will it warm me up, the whole room will become warmer. That's better. Huh. So, where were we? Yes, simple science. Oh, still so cold. I better close the window. It's no, close the window. There we are. Whew. I was so cold. I'm sorry I had to close the window. But anyway, simple science. Hot and cold. I've got a hot flush, I think. I've come over all unnecessary. I'll take my jacket off. That should cool me off a little bit. It's all this rushing around. It's made me so hot that I'm too hot now. Stay sitting down. Don't want to waste any energy. So, whew, hot and cold is a very important... Sorry, I'm too hot. I'm going to have to stand up. Take my jumper off. Don't worry, it's just the jumper that's coming off. There we go. Never did like that jumper anyway. Right, so, scientific discoveries. I can hardly breathe. It's so hot, don't you feel hot? It's the fan heater that's what's doing it. I'm so hot. Oh, much better. Hot and cold. I'm gonna have to... It's because the window's closed. There's no air in the room. I'll open the window. Let a bit of air in the room. I feel like a beetroot. I bet I don't find one. There we are. Ah, that's better. Better. Do you know something? I feel just dead right.
Matthew, Sweet's just made you a cup of tea downstairs, so I'll see you there, eh?
Ah,
bye.
Brilliant, Sue. Brilliant. Thanks a lot. Just a minute. Sweep's not meant to play about with tea things. They're dangerous. Sweep. Sweep, you've been a very naughty boy. You're in serious trouble. You've been told never, ever to touch hot water, never mind boiling water. You haven't? Well, if you haven't touched boiling water, how have you made my cup of tea then? You use water from the tap. Which tap? The cold tap. You've used cold tap water to make my tea? That is horrible. Excuse me, I'm going to make myself a proper cup of tea. You were a good boy for not touching the hot water. There we are. One nice hot cup of tea made by a grown-up. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. That's far too hot. I can't drink that. How are we going to cool the tea down?
Oh, I know how you can cool your tea down, Matthew.
Great, Sue. How do you do it?
Well, you stand and watch it for a couple of hours and it'll go cold on its own.
Got any other bright ideas as to how we can cool my tea down, anybody? Sweet, what do you think? We could use milk. That's a very good idea. Hot tea, cold milk. It'll make the tea cooler. Can you pass the milk, please? Go on, pass it down. Don't slide it. I remember that last time. Just gently, gently pass it down. Thank you very much. Pass it to Sooty. There's a good... No, I'll take it. Thank you, Sooty. If your tea's too hot, add cold milk and make the tea cooler. Well, pour the lot in. There we go. That should make a difference. OK? Cheers, everybody. Cheers. That is horrible. That's so cold. What? I can add hot tea. Sweet, you've learned so much. Make it hotter. You're quite right. He's very bright, isn't he, Sweet? Add hot tea if it's too cold, and the hot tea will make it hotter. Let's try it, shall we? Here we go. Add hot tea. There we go. Right. Thanks for the advice, Sweep. Cheers, everybody. Cheers. It's too hot again. How am I going to cool it down? With the milk? There isn't any milk. We used the last of the milk. What are we going to do? You got an idea? Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness somebody's got an idea. I mean, I don't... what is that you got? That's an ice cube. Look, don't put that in my tea. I'm the only person in the world with an iceberg in his cup of tea.
Oh, Matthew, phew. Don't you think it's a bit warm in here?
What?
I think there's something wrong with the central heating. I'm absolutely roasting.
Really strange you should say that, Sue, because I actually thought it was me. I've been suffering from hot flushes upstairs. But actually, you're right. There's something wrong with the heating in this place, but I can't fix that. You know how to fix it. Oh, Sooty knows how to fix everything. He's so clever. Ah, the magic wand. Well, with this, we might fix anything. Tell you what, I'll count 1, 2, 3, and you all say the magic spell, OK? You can join in at home. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Izzy Wizzy. Let's get busy. Sooty, you haven't made any difference at all to the temperature in the room, but you have made a difference to the temperature of the tea. Look at this. Frozen tea, look at that. Well, I just wish you could have made a difference to the temperature.
Look!
What?
It's snowing.
You have made a difference to the temperature. It's the magic wand. It's snowing inside the room. Better say goodbye. Good idea. Let's say goodbye. Bye-bye, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and we hope you've learned lots and lots of simple science. You're cold? Well, go and get some warm clothes. Go on. Bring it up here. That's it.
Watch out for these titles in the Learn with Sooty range of videos. Be safe, start to read, have fun with numbers, and simple science. All available now from your local stockists. Have fun and learn at the same time with Sooty, Sweep and Sue.